I was at a retreat, long drive, tired. I decided not to make any video so that I could rest. But I thought it wise to come out with a few points. 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year B. The first reading from the book of Daniel. First of all, you should know that we are coming to the end of the liturgical year, end of the year. So the church is drawing our attention to the end time, the end of our life, the end of the world, the second coming of Christ. So the church is drawing our attention to that. So you should look at it from that perspective. The first reading, at the time when the Jews were going through tribulation, suffering, they were being oppressed by the king of the Greeks, Antiochus Epiphanes IV. And this is what he did. First, he had forbidden circumcision. He bent the Torah. He stripped the temple of its beauty, adornment, glory. So the Jews at the time were going through a lot of tribulation. And so God spoke to his servant Daniel to communicate to the people. But then, in those difficult, challenging moments, if you want to communicate to your people, you have to be careful. And so he decided to use a coded language, apocalyptic language, to hide the message. And so if you read the text, it doesn't make sense to you. You ask yourself, what is he saying? That is it. He was trying to hide the message. And this is the content of the message. One, that the reign of the oppressor will come to an end soon, and that they shouldn't give up their faith. They should be faithful. And he described those who are faithful as wise. And the wise will shine at the end like the star. So he was trying to encourage and give his people hope in time of despair. So that was what was happening. And he was even trying to say that those who were faithful and died, because people will be asking, what about those our friends who are faithful? They died. What happens to them as well? I said, say, don't worry. They will be rewarded. Not different from the gospel reading of today as well. It was reading, a year before Jerusalem temple would be destroyed. Before then, Christians were going through a lot of confusion. They were being oppressed. So they were asking the time, when will this end? And they were also asking, when would Jesus come? So they were asking this basic question, when would Jesus come to end all this suffering? So Mark actually wrote to these people to assure them that Jesus will come. But before Jesus comes, these are some of the things that will happen. The first one, there will be war, there will be disasters, there will be betrayal from even your family members and loved ones. All these things will happen, and then finally Jesus will appear. And remember, the people will still ask, so when? He says, reiterating the very words of Jesus, that no one knows, not even Jesus. The only person who knows is the Father. So if you are there and people come to you telling you that, we know the time the world is coming to an end, tell them they are lying. So the message is simple. The first one, let's try to be like Daniel and Mark, to our brothers and sisters who are in trouble, who are facing various challenges. You see, when the Jews were in trouble, Daniel consoled them. He gave them hope. When Christians were being oppressed by the Romans, Mark was there to console them, to give them hope. So in our time, when your brother, your sister is in trouble, be closer to them, give them hope. Second, be careful of false prophets, because these days they are all over and they are saying that they know the time. They have become the Father, so they know the time the world will come to an end. Please don't be deceived. Jesus says he doesn't know. What about this prophet? It's only the Father who knows. So don't allow yourself to be tricked. 3, prepare for the second coming of Jesus. Let's stop asking the question, when is Jesus coming? When is he coming? When is he? No. Let's be like a good student. You see, a good student always prepares. And when you prepare, you don't ask the question, when are we going to write the exam? Yes, you will ask that. You will not be so obsessed with that, asking, when is the exam? No. Once you are prepared, you are ready for the exam. Once you are prepared as a Christian, you are ready for the second coming of Christ. You are ready for the end time. And so stop asking, when is it coming? That is not your problem. Leave that to those in heaven. They should decide. But for us here on earth, let's prepare so that when he comes today, we'll be ready. And as we are coming to the end of the year, try to take your time, review your life, see how you have lived the life so far. And if God comes today, if Jesus comes now, you'll be prepared. Let's prepare every day for the coming of Jesus. That is the message. Let us prepare every day. Before you sleep, try to do examination of conscience. Examine your conscience each day. Examine yourself. Do that each day before you sleep, so that even when you don't wake up, what happens? You know that I've prepared. I'm ready for my Lord.